Today we're gonna talk about insulin sensitivity. Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to another explained video. Anyways, what is insulin sensitivity? Insulin sensitivity is the level in which how good one reacts to carbohydrates. So in general, if a person has high levels of insulin sensitivity, then that leans more towards the good. And if a person has low levels of insulin sensitivity, then that leans more towards the bad. Therefore, if a person's insulin sensitivity is high, which is good, then they will react better to carbohydrates, thus resulting in better and/or stronger sessions. Hence, they will see an increase in the quality of their workout. On the other side, if a person's insulin sensitivity is low, which is bad, then they will not react that good to carbohydrates, thus resulting in sluggish and unenjoyable sessions. Hence, they will see a terrible decrease in the quality of their exercise. Another word for having low levels of insulin sensitivity is called being insulin resistant, which is commonly found in diabetics because their body is simply resisting carbohydrates for energy. A 2009 study showed that there was a 60% increase in insulin sensitivity for two groups of obese women when they lost 30% of their fatty acids, despite the fact that one group exercised aerobically and one didn't at all. This can explain why people, when they want to lose weight, they see an improvement in their strength and ATP production as they get leaner. And once again, as a person's insulin sensitivity increases, they decrease insulin resistance, which is what we want for optimal results in the gym. Another study showcased that weight loss with or without exercise significantly improved insulin resistance. And of course, improved insulin resistance is that they decreased it, which is good. I found it interesting that a person's level of physical activity actually does not determine their levels of insulin sensitivity. Instead, their body fat percentage does. And this can explain why some bodybuilders or heavy bulkers, although they work out, have a hard time in their workout sessions, like intense breathing after a heavy set or impaired ability to produce energy and focus on the workout. So from this, we can conclude that it is actually better to stay at a relatively leaner state than a bigger one, so one can utilize carbs more efficiently. So to sum up the video so far, it's to not bulk up. And from these studies, we can also conclude that our body simply does not need extra calories when we're at a body fat percentage, because our body will simply give out from low levels of insulin sensitivity, thus slower gains. So the key to faster gym results is to stay relatively lean. I like to use the analogy of a weed whacker with barely any more gasoline. For anyone that has ever used a weed whacker, when it's at its last breath, you notice that it spins faster than usual compared to when it has a lot of gas. And that's because it is at a state where it uses more gas efficiently, pretty much until it dies out. And it's kind of the same thing for us humans. When we're at a lean body fat percentage, we're able to dish tons of energy out for amazing workouts that get us better and faster results. So from this analogy, we can conclude not to stay too lean to where we have no energy and we're breaking down muscle for energy, but not to go over where you can't produce as much energy at all. So it's safe to say that more calories is not better. But once again, stay lean and not too lean so you can maximize the increase in insulin sensitivity. I myself and many individuals have actually seen more gains than they ever made in their life when they were lean compared to when they ate whatever they want. It's also good to note that many bodybuilders choose the decision to stay leaner nowadays instead of a bulk in order to gain mass. Professional YouTuber Jeff Nippert also states that when he went bear mode, basically dirty bulking, he felt more sluggish during his workouts and he kind of felt winded through his high volume leg days. So what are other ways to actually increase insulin sensitivity? A study showed that low carb diets resulted in an increase in insulin sensitivity. However, this study does mention that long-term effects are actually unclear. But another study showcased that different amount of carbohydrates over time can modify insulin responses. And different insulin responses is equivalent to a different metabolism throughout the week. So in other words, by dieting with low carbs while having higher carb days once in a while, one person can actually keep their insulin levels from crashing, thus resetting their high levels of insulin sensitivity. This process is called carb cycling, where one eats different amount of carbs throughout their diet. In the future, I'll save this topic for another video, or else this video will be way too long. But pretty much, a person can have a faster metabolism throughout the week if they implemented carb cycling. Alright guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much, and I hope you learned a little bit about insulin sensitivity. So the takeaway message here, you guys, is to actually not bulk up, and my suggestion to anyone that is too heavy and don't experience great pumps, it's because your insulin sensitivity is too low. So a good solution to that is to either cut down or carb cycle or try keto. Obviously, if you're too lean, just no one here stays too lean, so that's probably not a problem. Anyways guys, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, then make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell.